Hello everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. I hope you're doing well today, and I want to talk today about transitional weather, about months that are the seasonal transitions. I know a lot of you are still in hot weather, so it's probably summer still for many of you, but the months of September, August, September are the months I think are the kind of real transitional months for most in the Western Hemisphere at least. I know our sisters in New Zealand and Australia are probably now in winter, but I just, how it changes our external world, but it also changes our internal world as well, in my experience. So I want to start with my tea because I got some really cool teas when I was visiting Germany a couple of weeks ago. I bought this one. This is like, oh, the upside down. It says, "Taste my New Zealand." And then there was one like "Taste my Bali," and there were a few others, but they were like ingredients that are native to those places. So do you do that? Do you buy teas that are kind of only from a place? Hibiscus is another one that I always buy. Anywho, Norway is my one today. So cheers. Have a cup of tea with me. I love tea. And coffee. I'm a coffee tea person. Got my scrunchie on my wrist. Anywho, sowing the seeds of autumn, ways that you can change your life, as we move into this transitional month and enjoy, creating a new kind of atmosphere around you. New planting new seeds, planting new, eating new foods. But it's a time for taking inventory and kind of making this a time of transition for you. Now, I am in a constant state of downsizing. I think I mentioned this to you. I started more than 10 years ago, and I actually continue to downsize in my life all the time. And I like buying little things, like little decorative pieces, I just bought, for example, some tweezers. Aren't these cute? I'm looking around me at silly things I buy. So I bring things into my life, but at the same time, I let things go. And I think witnessing the new growth in myself and also in the things that I purchase is kind of a really cool transition. So how are you? How are you doing? Seriously, how are you doing? Oh, Lord. The last few months for me have been such a time of transition with my hospital stay and then healing and, just having some continued healthcare concerns around the operation and then having that resolved. And, just like many of you who are dealing with health concerns, it just takes a lot out of you, I think. And it's opened a door for me to understand and appreciate you guys so much more that are going through the tougher times with surgeries and so on. But I just want to check in and see, how are you? How's your emotional, your physical, your spiritual self right now? How are you doing? Because this is maybe a season where you can take the inventory, make some changes, and move into a whole new world. Now, this is in a way the beginning to the season of giving and the season of family and the seasons of the holidays. But for me, that's kind of an opportunity to transition my attention to things that are really important to me. I think in the summer we kind of have a little bit of a, go to the beach, go on a trip, take a vacation. But for me, the next 3 months, October, November, December, are months that are, for family, for community, and to help you guys do some things, because I know these are tougher months. Okay, so the weather changes, and then with the weather changing, the nights are darker, the days start to close in sooner, and it makes you feel depressed after having summer months where you're up until 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, still having lots of bright light to go walking and meeting up with friends and hanging out to whatever, at the coffee shop or whatever. But now this is the time when autumn is moving itself closer, the cooler air, which I actually love. Most people, I think a lot of people in our community like that too. I've read the comments when we've asked this question, and it's very common to say that. It's the time of year when you're just sort of in tune with Mother Nature more than maybe the rest of the year. You can see the trees losing their leaves. You can see the colors emerging to say, we're celebrating, our going away for a while. We're coming back. Don't panic. And that kind of celebration of beauty and a sensitivity to nature changing and growing. Maybe you're doing some other transitions that might happen in the autumn are to your eating habits. I love it in Switzerland that they sell things that are seasonally popular. So, and I'm sure they do this in the markets, the farmers markets everywhere in the world. But it's this whole idea that eat local, eat in the season. That seems to be the way that people are, the professionals anyway, are talking about healthy eating. Plant-based if you can, less processed foods, less sugar. And the autumn for me is a time when we start eating more plants. For me, I mean, I have salads in the summer, but in the winter I have, courgettes and butternut squash and carrots and all these really nice hardy vegetables. Maybe they're just the ones that grow in the earth, but Thanksgiving is that time when we have all the nourishing food that's really going to put us maybe a little bit more weight on us. Who knows? But it's going to get us through the cold winter months. And nature kind of has this way of doing that. And with that comes new opportunities for new food, new cooking, new decorating. I always love making wreaths, for the doors. I have a wreath on my door now that just says welcome, and it's like a little spring summer look. But in the winter, I like to get those darker colors out. I mean, I'll be moving from my roses to the darker color flowers, and that's a kind of more somber, thoughtful, evocative kind of feelings that come with that season. Another thing that comes with this season is a reflection of your life and who you are, what you're doing. You've got to kind of brace for the winter and brace for the autumn months. So this is like, you can't really hide behind anything now. This is a more solitary time where you're by yourself perhaps more often, and you get to prioritize you. So maybe this is a time when you do some self-care, get those masks out, make some homemade masks, with avocado and honey and all these cool, again, nourishing things, and actually prioritize yourself. Give yourself some time to, gift yourself the things that you're going to be gifting other people this time of the year. Don't be, sort of trying to go it alone. This is the time where you need to reach out to people and together, move through the hibernation season. It's kind of a season where we're going to be reflecting and growing and thinking about the next year and what's coming. I'm already planning things for next year. Don't we all do that? But you give yourself plenty of time for you and use this season as an opportunity to really, really glow. What other things do you like to do during this season? I mentioned wreaths. I always like doing wreaths. Decorating, just around the house, putting up cool gold, coral, turquoisey kind of colors, those kinds of autumn colors. Maybe it involves buying some new clothes, and those are the colors. I'm looking around at my colors. I'm in white today, but my winter colors are burgundy, turquoise, coral, not gold. I don't like gold or yellow very much. Green, dark greens, purples. Those are sort of the colors that I move from the whites and the pinks in the summer to those colors. Maybe another thing you do is with your food and your clothes is your home decor. Just change it up a bit, put in new cushions out, or do those like furry throws that you can snuggle up with a book and read. And then maybe the other thing is you just start to plan the festivities. There's so many autumn festivals and fairs and things that are going on in your town. Celebration of the autumn season. It's a big season for like the primitive and primitive tribes. When you look back on the history of the seasonal changes, I think Holi is in October. Or Diwali, excuse me, not Holi. Holi is in the spring in India. It's Diwali, which is the festival of lights, where the darkness is coming in, and so they do this holiday, I think it's in October, where they put all the lights out and draw the mandalas in the sand and welcome the darkness with light and lightheartedness as well. It's a time to be thankful. We've made it through another year almost. We've had lots of maybe challenges. I know some of you are dealing with stressful family situations, but this is a time to sort of reflect on what's happened positively and to just go into the next 3 or 4 months with a positive attitude and a decision to not give up, to keep strong, stay safe. Health is another big issue as we get into these months. The colds are coming back, some of the flus. Hopefully, thank goodness that the COVID is not as prevalent, although it's still around. And I know that in some countries, in the UK, for example, they've got a program. There's actually going to be for older people in nursing homes and other, more places where there's more contagious, and it's still going to continue because it's still there, and we still have to be thoughtful. But having strong, we've got stronger over the last few years. Can you imagine we got through that? Wasn't that crazy? I think about that sometimes, and it's like, oh my goodness, how did we do that? But we did. We got through it, and we're here. We're still here. So, how's your autumn looking so far? Are you experiencing joy, anticipation? Are you ready for it? Are you excited about the changes that it might bring? Or are you thinking, oh no, another winter, it's going to be cold? I don't know, I love the winter, autumn, winter months. Not the snowy, freezy, icy, slippy stuff, but I like the breeze in your face and just even the cool weather. I like rain. I don't mind it at all. But anyway, how's your autumn going? What are you doing? What are you planning? Are you going to festivals? You're going to change your decor in your house? You're going to go for a trip? Are you going to just focus on family? What's your plan? Hope that you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Please like the video if you found it was useful. Share it with others by leaving a comment in the section below. Subscribe here if you haven't, and consider joining our Patreon supporters group. It's a small group of women who are supporting 60andMe with a small monthly donation, and they are the ones that are meeting on live shows twice a week and helping each other, traveling together, meeting up. There's a group meeting up in Niagara Falls, I think, soon, and another group in Arizona, and they're just kind of finding each other and becoming friends. And that's in the Patreon supporters group. It's a smaller group. We can manage that. Anywho, take good care, everybody. Have a fabulous day, and we'll talk again soon. Lots of love.